Once upon a time in a faraway land, there lived a powerful king named Rayon. He ruled his kingdom with justice and was respected and feared by all who knew him. His word was law, and his kingdom prospered under his reign. But one day, as King Rayon sat alone in his massive palace, he couldn't help but wonder, do my people tell me the truth? Whenever I ask them a question, they always seem to agree with me. But are they really being honest? Or are they just afraid of getting on my bad side? That night, King Rayon came up with a plan. He decided to leave the palace and walk the streets of his kingdom in disguise. He put on the clothes of a poor traveler and walked out into the night. He went to taverns, markets, and bakeries where common folk gathered. At first, people didn't recognize him, and he listened intently to their conversations. Some were praising him, calling him a just and compassionate ruler. Others were complaining about the heavy taxes and the strict laws of his kingdom. Many were simply talking about their daily struggles, trying to make ends meet and feed their families. Suddenly, Rayon heard a woman crying. "My son was punished for stealing bread," she said. "But he only did it because he was hungry," another person replied. "What did you expect the king to do? The law is the law. If you can't feed your children, then work harder to earn more money. It's the same for everyone in this kingdom." Rayon felt a pang of sympathy for the woman and her hungry children. Was he really being just and compassionate, as people had told him? Or was he too focused on maintaining order and control that he had forgotten about the suffering of his people? He also heard an old man say, "The king builds statues of himself everywhere, but he doesn't care about the broken roads and the crumbling bridges. I have to travel on these roads, and it's dangerous and uncomfortable. The king doesn't care about us." As Rayon listened to these and other complaints, he realized that he had been wrong. He had assumed that his people were content and happy, but he had been so focused on his own duties and responsibilities that he had failed to connect with them on a personal level. He had not seen the poverty and the hunger, and he had not heard the cries of his people. When he returned to the palace, he was deeply shaken. The next morning, he canceled all public events and called his ministers to the throne room. "I have decided to stop building new statues," he announced. "Instead, I want you to focus on fixing the roads and helping the poor. We will take care of our people, and the law will show mercy to those who are truly sorry for their mistakes." His ministers were shocked, but they knew better than to question the king's orders, so they set to work, fixing the roads and bridges and helping the poor and the sick. The people were confused at first, but as they saw the changes happening around them, they began to understand that their king had listened to their complaints and was working to make their lives better. From that day on, King Rayon never forgot the lessons he had learned. He ruled his kingdom with even more wisdom and compassion, always remembering that the true measure of a king is not the size of his statue, but the happiness of his people. And that is the story of how a king who thought he was doing everything right learned the importance of listening to his people and making changes when he was wrong.